You want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Build it and they will come. This is a New Jack City, homie. Turn up your sound component wherever you are right now.
We jack up the volume, we'll be able to tell what you had for lunch.
The next hour is going to change everything you think you know about building your business, starting your business, and raising the money for your business.
Show me the money!
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another Reg.A Money Show. This is Ron Costa live in the Reg.A Money Studios in Las Vegas over the iHeartRadio network with Miguel Dotris. Miguel, how you doing today?
I am doing outstanding and improving, my friend. Ron, it's a great day here at the Reg.A Money Show. We got a lot of stuff going on in the world of Reg.A, and we're bringing it live to everybody out there. And we want to thank our listeners and all the people that are starting to support the show. We really do appreciate it. It's very nice, and it's always great to be here with you, Ron, and bring the world of Reg.A and Reg.A Money to our listeners. And we got a great show today, Ron. We got a great show.
We got a lot of information to bring to people. Before we do that, Miguel, I got to tell you a story that happened the other day. I went over to a podcasting a networking event. And not only did people recognize the Reg.A Money Show, but they asked me how many years of podcasting and radio experience I've had, which is basically not a lot. We've just been doing the show from scratch. And everybody was telling me that me and you sound like we've been doing this for years. We're just a flowing show. They love it. So that really made me feel good, thinking that, two guys who really, I didn't have too much podcasting or radio experience at all. In fact, I had none. But we're getting it out there, and we're getting it out in a way that's informative and entertaining. I'm really psyched about this whole thing.
Yeah, we're just two wild and crazy guys. That reminds me of that Saturday Night Live bit with Dan Aykroyd and what's this guy's name? Steve Martin. We're just too wild so Ron, that should be the new kick line. It should be, we're two wild and crazy guys about Reg.A Money. I love it, bro. I love it. Well, that's great because you know what? With the success of the show, comes a lot of more responsibility, Ron, because we have kind of been the stewards of this Reg.A Money and getting the information out to the people. You and I have become the stewards of this, and as part of that responsibility and as part of that stewardship, I think that the evolution of that, which is going to tie in to the question that we received over the week in our segment today when we do what's in the inbox segment. We got a great question, and I think it has a lot to do with what we're going to talk about today, and it's also going to kind of tie in to what we have now moved into with the Reg.A Money studio, with the Reg.A Money Show and the studios and everything else that we're planning to do, because we talked briefly about it on last show where we're talking about this Reg.A Money Symposium, Ron, and the symposium I think is going to bring together everything that we've talked about here on the show for the last year and a half. That we've brought in the professionals, we've brought in the contenders, we've brought in the qualifiers, we've brought in the PCAOBs, the attorneys, the transfer agents, the market makers. All of these people have now come to us and say, hey, when can we do this live? When can we do it in front of the listeners, the investors, the companies that are considering to doing a Reg.A, the companies that have done Reg.As, the companies who are in the middle of a Reg.A? So everybody just wants to get together and celebrate in that success, Ron, which I think is just a testament to everything that we have going on and the success of the show and your success and my success here on the Reg.A Money Show.
Yeah, and then doing this symposium in Las Vegas doesn't hurt either.
Well, of course not.
People not want to go to Vegas, right?
Sin City, my friend. Sin City, my friend.
So, Miguel, should we get to this question? Find out what the listener asked?
But wait a minute. It's going to be Reg.A City from now on. Reg.A instead of Sin City. It'll be Reg.A City, buddy. Reg.A City.
I'm going to have to go out one night. I'm going to have to go out one night when no one's around and maybe repaint the Welcome to Vegas sign.
Welcome to Reg.A City. I love it. As people are coming into the symposium, we're taking over the world, Ron. Taking over the world.
Yeah. Well, Ron couldn't come to the symposium because he's at the police station at this point. It's not too bad.
Oh, but what a great story that would be, though. All right, so listen. So I want to get right into it. Today's show, we're going to talk a little bit about. Let's do the question, and that way we'll get into the topic of the show. So our question today comes from Bob T. Okay, Bob T. is located in New York City, New York. Okay, and Bob T.'s question is this. I'll just read it word for word. Hey, guys, love the show. Thanks for putting all this information out online and over the podcast. Really enjoy the information that you guys present on the show. My question is, we are planning a Reg.A Tier II plus. I guess you wanted to say Reg.A plus Tier 2, but it's okay. So Reg.A Tier II offering, and we are putting together our dog and pony show. My question is revolving around what elements of a dog and pony show would you include in a Reg.A for the Reg.A? Okay. And I would appreciate any feedback that you would have in putting together a dog and pony show. So
that's a great question.
For my boy out there, Bob T. in New York City, New York, Ron's hometown. Let's talk about a little bit about that, Ron, because speaking of the Reg.A Symposium, that's going to be a great place to put on what we like to refer to in the industry, not as a dog and pony, but it's really a road show, right? So a road show has a lot of elements to it, okay? And what I'd like to do, Ron, if it's possible, I'd like to go over some of those elements to kind of answer Bob T's question, but at the same time make it the topic of the show today. Because one of the things that we haven't talked about on the Reg.A Money Show is, that road show. We've talked about the offering. We've talked about the professionals that you need to do to surround yourself with, how to get to the market makers, how to get to the transfer agents. We've talked about a lot of the different components of the Reg.A Tier II offering, but you know what we haven't talked about? I mean, we briefly talked about the marketing of it, okay, through social media, but this is the old-fashioned pressing palms, going out there on the road with the show, okay, small investor groups, family offices, going to the different shows that they're out there. So what I'd like to do, Ron, is I'd like to get a little break here so we can pay some of the bills and then have everybody come back and join us so that way we could sit down and have a real quick discussion and kind of outline the elements to a successful road show for Reg.A offering and then kind of tie it all together. What do you think about that?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I like that as well. And I like how we can kind of tie this to the backdrop of the Reg.A Symposium that we're setting up ourselves. So good idea, Miguel. Folks, let us take a really quick break. We'll be right back with the Reg.A Money Show.